Soul fam, yo, what's up, what's up? Yo, every day you got to do this. It's not a one-time thing. Every day you got to energetically and emotionally purge those energetic emotional parasites inside of you. Every day. Jason, every day. Like, doesn't it get easier? It does. It does get easier, everyone. But you got to remember, the moment we were incarnated from the celestial soul realms, where all souls are created by this divine oversoul entity that has masculine and feminine qualities and attributes, that has no sexuality or no gender, that we call God. We were emotionally bombarded and energetically bombarded in our mommy's tummy. From mom and dad's emotional wounds, from our family generation emotional wounds, from the environment's emotional wounds. And we've kept all of those energetic emotional parasites inside of us for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. So there's a patience. There's a personal patience of just breathing and slowing down and enjoying the pleasures of energetically and emotionally purging. But it does get easier. But every day you got to energetically and emotionally purge the shame, the judgment, the self-criticism, the self-condemnation, the lack of self-love, the lack of self-worthiness, the lack of self-respect, the lack of loving your unique sacredness of your own personal personality, of your own reality of who you really are. So you can feel through your angers, your rage, your terrors, your fears that you're afraid to confront, so you can eventually cry out the root cause of your grief. Jason, what is the root cause of the grief? Ladies and gentlemen, you weren't loved. You were not loved. And then they taught you to be completely self-reliant, where you don't trust anyone, and you definitely are not going to trust God. So you became self-reliant, and you chose to be the lone wolf for survival reasons. You're going to lose every time if you do this. The truth is, the root cause of the pain is we're not willing to feel through the feelings of not being loved from mom and dad, from our family line, from our environment, from these unloving corporate systems that run the governments, that run the laws, which is a monopoly on opinions. Isn't that crazy? It's just opinions. They're not even facts. They're just made up opinions put on business contracts to give to the masses, and then to scare them with authority, obedience, and slavery. But this is all abuse. This is all psychological abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. It's all sexual abuse as well. We've been lied to. We've been controlled. They took our divine birthrights from us. How does that make you feel? Those are the childhood tantrums inside of us, everyone. That's the energetic emotional parasites inside of you that need to be fully felt through, so you're not reacting and responding in an unloving, violent, disturbing, crazy way to your children, to your spouses, to your coworkers, to the people on the freeway. You're like, oh, you mother son of a... Yeah! So we're not reacting unloving towards ourselves or the animals, the insects, our environment. But hurt people, and hurt people damage the environment because they don't care. Because when you're hurt, you only live in enviness. You only live in gossip and negativity. You only live in the drama. You're only telling the same stories over and over again from the past. You're always apologizing. You're always people pleasing. And you always think and feel what others are thinking, feeling about you. You always care what other people think and feel about you, and that's sabotaging your success. These are the energetic, emotional parasites that you need to purge out every day. Why every day? Because every day we're being bombarded by the media. They're unloving. We're being bombarded by the television and music. It's unloving. We're being bombarded by the internet. A lot of that's unloving. We're being bombarded energetically and emotionally through these frequencies. By other people's brains, by other people's hearts, by our family, by our friends and coworkers and people that we interact with. We're being bombarded by this negativity. And you gotta filter it out of you. You gotta be this biological human filtering system. And you gotta purge it out of you. Gotta throw it up. You gotta throw your tantrums. You gotta do what you gotta do to get it out of you. Every day, this is a must. And it does get easier. It does get easier. There's a pleasure behind it. There's a gratitude behind it. There's a love and appreciation with what you're doing, because this is part of your medicine. This is you rising up to be a better, loving human being. You're actually learning the true divine principles and processes of what emotional individual repentance and forgiveness really means. Taking full ownership and accountability and responsibility of just allowing yourself to fully feel all of the pain others have caused you, and all of the pain that you've caused yourself and others, and to the environment and personal choices to separate yourself from having a high emotional integrity relationship with God. Once you start doing this, you'll see and start feeling who you should align with, who your friends really are, who's your family, who's truly your support system, who truly wants to see and feel you win in life. Those are the people you want to hang out with. That's your tribe. That's your community. That's your religion. That's your culture. That's who you want to hang out with. Those are the people. Those are the leaders. Those are the ones, the chosen ones. They love and support you unconditionally. They never talk bad about you. They're never gossiping about you. They're rising you up, teaching you to take back what's rightly yours. Queens, goddesses, God, kings. This is your celestial birthright. These are your divine birthrights. No man or woman, physical laws or monopolies or corporations or governments can steal that from you. No. Take that back. Purge it out. And then rise up on your feet. Rise up on your feet. Put your crown on. Put your armor on. And share your authentic self to the world. Be all of you. That's how you win. Much loves. Enjoy the day.